How's it going, everybody? Chris Cart's back through the mail. Monday, 8 returns for you today, including our very first one coming back from North Carolina. Our final through the mail Monday of 2024. Hope it was a great year for all of you. Hope you guys had a good holiday. Festivities are not over, of course. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day on Wednesday. And we've got sweet Lou Whitaker here on an 87 Topps All-Star card, which was a separate set Topps put out depicting the 86 All-Stars. It was a nice 22-card set, pretty glossy. We've got a Jesus brochure here from Lou Whitaker. Looks like of the Jehovah's Witness variety. One of the religions I know the least about. And Lou Whitaker was a pretty sweet player back in the day. Mr. Tiger, after Al Kaline retired in 74. Lou Whitaker took over in 78, played 19 years with the Tigers, including a Rookie of the Year in 1978. Five-time All-Star, several gold gloves. 276 career average, very good career for Lou Whitaker. And yes, I started getting these signed as an addition to my 87 Topps card set. So I'm getting 87 Topps traded, regular set, and I figured why not throw this one in for good measure because I wasn't spending enough money. So there you guys go. Lou Whitaker, $25 a card. Nice return from him. Let's move on, guys, to return number 2. Carroll Stream, Illinois, for our next return. And we have an 87 Donruss card of Dan Schatzeder. Dan Schatzeder, 15-year career, 8 of those with the Montreal Expos as a lefty reliever, mostly. His other 7 years with 8 different teams, including the Mets back in 1990. 6 games with the Mets that year. I do not remember Dan Schatzeder playing for the Mets. Of course, I always brag about how I remember watching these obscure players play for the Mets. I do not remember Mr. Schatzeder here. A nice return from him. Very good career, 3.74 ERA, 69 and 68 as a lefty reliever out of the pen. World Series winner, 1987 with the Twins. In fact, won Game 6 for the Twins that year. Nice return from Dan. Let's move on, guys, to our third return of the day. All right, our next return has a return label on it from Ron Reed in Louisiana. Ron Reed, 19-year career, 10 of those with the Atlanta Braves, 8 with the Phillies, including that 80 World Series championship winning team. We've got a note back from Ron Reed here as well. Ron Reed does charge $10 per card. One of only 15 players in the bigs with 100 wins and 100 saves. 74 Topps card signed with 68 All-Star team, or All-Star, and an 80 Topps with, of course, 80 World Series champion. And, of course, he ended up on the White Sox. The Phillies traded him to the White Sox for a player to be named later. As you see the note there, his donation goes to Camp Sunshine. That player to be named later was 41-year-old Jerry Kuzman. So there you guys go, Ron Reed. Let's see what kind of questions he answered here. How many autograph requests do you typically receive each week or month? 3+ per week, and that's $10 a pop. That's pretty good. Is there something out there that annoys you about autographs, pet peeves, whatever? He says, as long as there is $10 per signature for the kids with cancer at Camp Sunshine, I'm happy. Do you still follow the game? He says, not much. So there you guys go. Ron Reed, nice return from him. Glad to get these 3 cards signed for my set. Really good career. Really, he had 2 careers, both as a starter and as a reliever. I did not know what to have him inscribe on the 84 White Sox card, so I left that one blank. Let's move on, friends, to return number 4. Atlanta, Georgia, for our next return here. And we've got Lonnie Smith. Lonnie Smith on an 89 Upper Deck, as well as an 84 Topps batting and pitching leaders card, along with John Stuper. Very nice there. 82 World Series champion inscribed by Stuper. Nothing inscribed by Lonnie Smith, because that would have been extra. He was about $12 a card via Past Pros. 87 Topps card as well. Very good player back in the day. Played for 17 years. 5 with Atlanta, 4 with the Cardinals, 4 with the Phillies. In fact, he got World Series rings with the Phillies in 80. With the Cardinals in 82, as well as the Kansas City Royals in 1985. Nice return from Lonnie Smith, care of Pass Pros. Of course, you got to go through Pass Pros, passpros.com, and you got to pay them, print off the email invoice, you get the address from them, you send it off to them. Otherwise, he doesn't sign. So, of course, 3 more cards signed for the set. Looks like I forgot to put the 87 Topps card in the picture, but a lot of long tenured returns so far in this week's Through the Mail Monday, as well as a few World Series champions. Let's move on, guys, to our next return. All right, friends, 5th return from Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, probably a pretty nice place to be right now, nice and warm. We've got answered questions back. Wow, 2 answered questions in one episode. We've got Sterling Slaughter on a 65 Topps card. He pitched 51 innings for the Cubs back in 1964, went 2-4, both wins coming against the Milwaukee Braves. Sterling Slaughter with a great signature, matches his Cubby blue, in fact. How many autograph requests do you typically receive each week or month? He says usually 2 to 3 a week, up to 20 in a given month. Is there something out there you would like those that request autographs to know? Pet peeves, annoyances? He says, I don't mind signing cards or pictures, and it is no annoyance. If it were not for fans, the game would not be what it is. And the third question, do you still follow the game? He says, I'm a Diamondbacks fan and try to attend the ballpark several times a season. Very enthusiastic return from Mr. Sterling Slaughter on a 65 Topps card that is so pretty. I thought it was a reprint. Very nice card. Centering is decent. 4 sharp corners. Great surface. Great color. Ever come across one of those cards in your collection that's like, it's so nice looking, it's got to be a reprint or something? And this is not. I looked for the dates and everything, so I hope it's not a reprint. I've had this card for a long time. So anyway, let's move on, guys, to our 6th return of the day. All right, friends, moving right along, Columbus, Ohio for return number 6. We've got Jeff Shaw. Jeff Shaw, former All-Star closer for the Dodgers, of course. First-round draft pick back in 1986 of the Indians, first overall. Spent 12 years in the bigs, 4 with the Dodgers, 3 with Cincy, 3 with Montreal, and 3 with the Cleveland Indians. Nice return from Jeff Shaw. Father of former Major Leaguer Travis Shaw, who played between 2015 and 2021. Of course, he signed a big contract with the Reds and then all of a sudden got traded, unfortunately, to California. Did not want to move from his home in Columbus, where I guess he's currently still living, because that's where this came from. Anyway, second highest paid closer back in 1998. Dodgers signed him for 3 years, $15 million. So Jeff Shaw got paid, at least for the inconvenience of leaving Cincinnati, his hometown. But nice return from him. Yeah, he took a discount to stay in Cincinnati, and then they turned around and traded him immediately. So, well, oh well. Players have a lot more power than that now. Can't get away with that for a lot of the better players. So there you guys go. Jeff Shaw, nice return from him. Let's move on, guys, to our 7th return of the day. All right, gang, Phoenix, Arizona for return number 7. Just one more envelope to open up after this one, and we've got Mr. Teddy Haga on an 87 Topps glossy, the All-Star card, which I got earlier from Lou Whitaker. Got another one signed here by Teddy Haga, as well as his 87 Topps All-Star card. 9-year career for the Milwaukee Brew Crew, 86 All-Star. That was his best year. Led the league in WAR that year with a 9.4 WAR. 20-game winner that year, the first ever Mexican-born 20-game winner in the American League. Finished second in Rookie of the Year in 1985 to Ozzie Guillen. Had a really good career going, just waylaid by injuries, unfortunately, later on in his career. His body just fell apart. His back, his rotator cuff, his shoulder fell off. So there you guys go. Teddy Haga, and yes, an 89 Upper Deck, and of course the 87 Topps base card I also need to send to him. But he is $10 per, and I didn't want to send $40 and 4 cards. I figured $20 and 2 cards this time, and $20 and 2 cards in the near future, and I will get him completed for all these sets I need him for. Teddy Haga, very good signer, pretty decent player for the time he was in the bigs. Let's move on, guys, to our final return of the day. Memphis, Tennessee for our final return of the year. As I try to get these out here, got to rip that right here. There's a little bit in there. The index card's getting hung up on. There we go. Expertly done, Chris Cards. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. We've got a 74 Topps Cubs checklist, as well as a team card signed by the great Don Kessinger. Don Kessinger, 12-year career, 16-year career, 12 of those with the Cubbies. Very nice return. Also spent some time with the White Sox and the Cardinals. 6-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove Award winner. One of the better shortstops in the 60s and early 70s. Don Kessinger signed my 74 Topps checklist and team card for my set. Who should I get next on these 2 cards? And do not say Paul Popovich, because he is my next planned send-off. Let me know if you guys have any other ideas for any other players I could sign these and make them look wonderful. Nice return from Don Kessinger, grandfather of Gray Kessinger, who got some time in the bigs last year with the Astros. Although I think, according to MLB trade rumors, I think they took him off their 40-man a week or 2 ago. So we'll see where he ends up in the big leagues. His father also played. Don Kessinger's son played Drafted by the Cubs, but he did not play due to injury. He never made it to the big leagues. But there you guys go, Don Kessinger. There's information. Nice to get a couple more Cubbies signatures on these cards, including a Cub Hall of Famer. Very cool return from Don Kessinger. And there's his information. That is it, my friends, for this week and this year's Through the Mail Monday, number 310. Put it in the books. Next week will be a new year. Hope everyone out there has a great holiday, New Year, New Year's Eve. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy out there. If you're like me, you probably don't do much anymore. So it is just another day of the week, perhaps. Maybe you guys do something fun on New Year's Day. Hopefully we'll be watching the Ducks of Oregon take on the Buckeyes of Ohio State. And hopefully my Ducks pull one out there. It's which team is going to show up against the Ducks? Is it going to be the team that showed up to play Michigan, or is it the team that played the Ducks the first time around, which probably could have or should have beaten him? I mean, that was a coin flip game. That was a crazy ending there. I mean, if we're going down to coaches, of course, I like Dan Lanning over Ryan Day and his weird dye job there. It's too dark, Day. Take it down a notch. It's way too dark. Anyway, a new video coming out in a couple of days here. It will be my 2024 recap of all of the returns from this year that ended up on Through the Mail Monday. That's always a fun video. I did one back in 2020. I skipped 21, 22, and 23, but I assure you I will actually do those videos because I still have them sorted by year. I will do those videos and put them up there eventually. I actually pulled in 2023 today from my warehouse, my shop, so I got those ready to go. I'm just going to organize them into alphabetical order and do 2023 as well, probably here over the next few weeks or so. And but 2024 recap will be on January 1st. Give us a nice little video on January 1st when maybe not many people are working, so you can check that out. A lot of great TTMers are passing away these last few weeks. Of course, Charlie Maxwell, 97 years young, passed away, as well as Ron Locke. Ron Locke, who I literally got last week. And I remember I said I forgot to send the Wiz card, and I had to resend to him. Well, that's not happening. So I had my chance to get the Wiz card signed by him, and I failed. I know, just off the top of my head, this last few months, we had Joey J, Louis Tiant, of course, Bud Daly, Rudy May, Ray Semprock, all of these good signers. Al Fitzmaurice, Merv Retmund, Gary Sutherland most recently, as well as Rocky Colavito, who I never got because he was $55 a card. I always thought that was kind of a lot of money, and I didn't need anything from him signed, so I skipped out on Rocky Colavito. Plus, his signature towards the end there, the last year or two, was really shaky, so real unfortunate. Pete Rose, Ricky Henderson also gone this year. Not good signers whatsoever, at least through the mail. They signed everything else, but not through the mail. One of these days, I'm going to do a remembrance in 2024 and rank the people that passed away in baseball for that year. And I will rank them in order of their percentage return success rate for TTM. So the best being at the top and the worst being at the very bottom. But of course, that's funny. When I started YouTube 6 years ago, I always thought to myself, I'd always run out of ideas for videos. And really, it's the other way around. I've got way more ideas for videos than I have time to film them. So anyway, get them while you can, I guess, is the main takeaway here. Quite a bummer, especially about Ron Locke. I got the card back on the 17th, and he passed away on the 13th. But it is what it is. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, I guess. It's a constantly evolving landscape in the TTM world. And I guess I do have a little bit of fear of missing out on some of these guys, some of these older guys, but I've pretty much gotten a lot of vintage signed. I've pretty much got all the vintage signed I could possibly think of. Still a few more guys I need to send off to, but there's not that many. Anyway, guys, I'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's returns. And, of course, subscribe. I do this every week. I've done it for the last 310 weeks in a row. Coming up on my 6-year YouTube anniversary as far as posting these Through the Mail Monday videos. Really appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks a lot. See ya.